I read a total of 7 books in May. Let's yap about them. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kirtana and I love to talk about books. As you have probably already guessed from the title, today's video is gonna be my May reading wrap up. So I read a total of 7 books in May, which I thought was not bad at all considering I had so many things happening in May. I moved apartments. I also spent the last week of May in Europe on holiday with my friends and stuff. So I didn't get much reading done then either. So I thought 7 books was really good. But let me just start this off by saying I did make a May TBR video at the beginning of May. This is the first time I ever made a TBR video using my TBR jar and stuff, and we picked 6 books in that video. And obviously when I made the video, for some reason I didn't think about the fact that I was going on holiday, and I did know I was moving, but like I didn't factor that in too much either. I think I just overestimated my capabilities. To cut things short, out of the 6 books that was on my TBR, I only read 3, which again, I think that's not bad at all. 3 out of 6 for the first time ever that I made a TBR, not bad at all. And I also made a TBR for June, which was the last video I posted, and I picked 6 books there too. Let's hope this month I actually get more out of my TBR. I'm just gonna be here, so I think I can get like a lot of reading done. So hopefully I can do the 6, but stay tuned till the end of June for my monthly wrap up to see if I actually read all the books that I picked in the TBR. But for May, I did read 3 out of the 6. The 3 which I did read, you will see as I go through my wrap up. So let's just jump right in and talk about all the 7 books that I read in May. To start the month off, I did read King of Gluttony by Huang. This was the first pick in my May TBR, and I knew I would read this because I love Huang. I love this series. I love everything she writes. So I knew as soon as this comes out, I will be reading it, and I did exactly that. It came out, I got it, I started it. I did tab this. You can see there's not that many because I think this might be my least favorite book by her. Definitely my least favorite in this series. I did end up giving this book 3 stars, but I don't know, if I think about it too much, I might want to reduce it because I really did not enjoy this. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, why did I feel like 3 was too high. But anyway, I did end up giving this 3 stars. This is book number 6 in the Kings of Sin series. Like I said, I really love this series. I've loved every book I have read so far. I do have favorites. The first book and third book are my favorites so far in the series. That is King of Wrath and King of Greed. King of Wrath, like Dante Russo just does something to me. Like I cannot explain. Anyway, I was super excited for this book because this follows Maya and Sebastian, and we have gotten crumbs of them in previous books before. Maya is also South Asian and I am South Asian, so I was really excited to see that representation also in the book. This was supposed to be a rivals to lovers, if I'm not really wrong. Maya and Sebastian have been childhood rivals. Like they have always been in competition with each other during school, during college, during every stage of their life. And now in the present day, they are both working for their family companies. Maya's family business is in frozen foods, and Sebastian's family business is like they own a chain of restaurants. And their families are super best friends, right? Their dads are like super best friends. That's why they have like kind of grown up together and stuff. So now what happens is both the fathers kind of decide to collaborate and release one product, which now Maya and Sebastian have to work together on. And that kind of starts off the story about how they, you know, have to work together, and Maya's like really worried about it because obviously they like hate each other or they're rivals, and you know, that kind of dynamic. So that's how the story really starts. Let me start off by saying that this was not a rivals to lovers at all. From the beginning, everybody knows, everybody can see how much they actually maybe like each other. I feel like the only person who thought this was a rivals to lovers was probably Maya, because Sebastian was down bad right from page 1. Like he literally would do anything for her, and he kind of just like keeps up this pretense of having this rivalry, but actually he does literally everything for her. You can see it right from the beginning. So I didn't really feel the rivals part of this. It was just Maya figuring out that, oh, you know what, maybe I like him and we're not just fighting all the time, and It was just her. Everybody else knew. People were teasing Sebastian right from the beginning. Like, there was nobody who didn't know, according to me, except for Maya. Even Maya's family, I feel, was kind of in on it. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is, it was not really rivals to lovers for me. I didn't see the rivals aspect. I did really like Sebastian because the man yearns. He yearns quite a lot in this book for her. Maya's character also I liked. Like, there was nothing wrong with her. I did like the South Asian representation. Like, a lot of things I feel about the family stuff and everything I really understood, because that is something that, you know, every South Asian family, like especially daughters, go through. So I did get all of those references and stuff. But where this book fell flat for me was the plot. Honestly, I just thought it was so boring. Like, nothing really was happening and it was not really captivating. The plot was just so thin for me. And even their relationship, to a very large extent, I found it kind of boring. Like, there was not much, like, I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it. I didn't like the spice. The spice, I felt like, was built up quite a lot, considering it is king of gluttony and like food and whatever. But I didn't really like the spice. I found the spice also kind of boring, I want to say. The plot was boring. The relationship between both of them was not very captivating. It was just like so. About 50% through, I was just like, what is happening? This is quite boring. Then I felt like maybe for a couple of chapters it kind of picked up. But then again, like, I didn't like the ending. Like nothing was just like, I want to complete this book. Like, I want to binge this book. I did not get that feeling at all. But it was not something I wanted to DNF either, which is why I'm like, okay, fine, 3 stars. I don't know. Now, if you ask me, maybe I would do 2.5. I'm not really sure. But definitely my least favorite of the series. I am super excited for the next one. I think the next one's the last one, right? So King of Lust. We have no idea who the girl is. Like, we just got one sentence with her at the end of this book. So I am really excited about that. Also, the best parts for me in this book was whenever Dante was mentioned. Dante and his wife are like there in quite a few scenes in this book, and I ate every single scene up. I love them so much. All the men basically are kind of show up a little bit throughout this book. I think Sloane and Xavier from King of Sloth are most heavily featured, but you do see Dante a little bit too, and you get one sentence of Christian Harper, and that was it for me. Like, I think Christian Harper is my favorite Anna Huang man so far. That is from Twisted Lies. I love that book. I love that man, and oh my god, when he was mentioned in this, I was so happy. But yes, getting back to King of Gluttony, this is probably the only book in this series that I would not recommend to anyone. If anyone wants to read this series, again, book 1, book 3. I think book 3 is a safe bet. Everybody loves book 3. I really love book 1. I think every other book is also pretty good. Like, I think King of Sloth a lot of people didn't like, but I really like that too. King of Envy is also really good. This was just the only disappointing one. So if you're starting the series new, please do not start with this book. This was probably not the best out of the lot, and the saddest thing was I was so excited about this, so it was kind of like a disappointment for me. And then the next book I read was The Rites of the Starling by Devney Perry, which is book 2 in the Shield of Sparrows series. I read Shield of Sparrows last month. I loved that book. I get that 4.5 stars. It was amazing. Just the middle dragged a little bit for me, but that's why it was not a 5. Then I obviously had to, the ending of that was crazy, so I had to read Rites of the Starling. I do own the book though, but I lent it to my friend, so I don't have it with me right now. But oh my god, this was 5-star masterpiece. I loved this book from page 1 to the last page so much. The whole plot line in this book was amazing. You do get a new POV in this book, which was very interesting according to me. I loved where the story went. There's so much in this book. There's so many things that happen. It was just so fast paced, so interesting. I loved how the plot went, how the story went, and like how so many things happened and how it all connects together in the end. No, this book was so good. I cannot talk about it too much because obviously it's the second in a series, so it'll be a spoiler from if you haven't read Shield of Sparrows. But I have to tell you, like, if you are finding the first book a little hard to get through, stick through it because book 2 is so worth it. I did cry in the end. I will insert a picture of what I look like when I was reading the last few chapters. It really got to me. Like, there was this one line that really got to me, but oh my god, this book was so good. And the cliffhanger it ends on, I cannot wait for the next book. I mean, yeah, I think the next book is going to be the last. I think it's only 3 books, and I know it's coming out next year, March, I want to say. So, I mean, technically, we don't have a whole year left, so that's good. And I think I may just reread it before the next one comes out, but I don't think I'll forget it because it's not so complicated like so many fantasy books you read, where I feel like I need to refresh before I read the next part. I feel like this kind of might just stay with me because even though the story had so many things happening and everything, it was not very difficult to follow, if you get what I mean. Like, there were things that happened, small things that happened, but I feel like I would remember it no matter what. It's not like too complicated that I would forget and I need to like go back and refresh. I don't know, I might have to, but for now I feel like I might not have to, but I may anyway because I liked it so much. But yes, oh my god, book 2, really good, really very good. I have recommended it to almost everybody as soon as I finished it. Even my husband read it and he had the same opinion. He honestly didn't like book 1 like at all. I gave 4.5. I think it was quite low for him rating wise, but he did enjoy the second book more than the first. So I would say really like go for it because it's so good. I really enjoyed it. It's my new romantasy obsession now. I really loved it. I'm not going to tell you who the MMC is, but he is so good. Just read it. Just read the series. It is so much fun. The next book I read, I actually did on audio, and that was Scarred by Emily McIntire, which is book number 2 in the series. What is the series called? Never After. Okay, Scarred is book number 2 in the Never After series. I read Hooked, I think 2 months back or something, also on audio. Loved that one. And Scarred was so good too. I did this on audio like I said, and the audiobook of these books are so good. I feel like if you want to try them out, maybe you should try the audiobook because they are really good. Hooked I gave 4.5 stars, and Scarred I am giving 4.5 stars also because I had such a good time. This is a dark romance Lion King retelling, so we have some like Lion King vibes in it. No, this was really good. This follows Tristan and Sarah. When Tristan's father dies, his brother Michael is set to inherit the throne, but Michael has always tormented Tristan like throughout his childhood, and he's just generally not a great person. So Tristan has this whole plan of having a rebellion to overthrow him and like, you know, take the throne for himself. Enter Sarah. She is betrothed to Michael, but she has her own agenda also. Like the royal line, the Fasa family line, have done things to her family and caused issues like throughout her life. So she also has plans to like eradicate the throne. So she has her own agenda, like under the table situation, and Tristan has his own thing going on, and Sarah is supposed to be getting married to Michael. But obviously something starts happening between Sarah and Tristan. Oh my god, this book was so good, so like captivating. I could not like put it down. I wanted to binge listen to it. It was so good. I had a great time with it. I would highly recommend. It is a dark romance, so do check your trigger warnings. But yeah, it was a really good time. I'm actually really liking this series so far. I've only read 2. I cannot wait to read the next one. But it's so much fun and just so like, it's so bingeable, and like the stories are so interesting, and there is no like lull moment. There's so much that keeps happening one after the other. I don't know. I in general think dark romances, when it's done well, they're very bingeable and like very easy to get through. And this is like exactly that. Also, like I said, the audiobook is really good if you want to give that a go. Then let's move on to another book that I read from my TBR. I also have a reading vlog of reading this book. I did it over the long weekend, so if you want to check that out, I will link it up for you here. But yeah, the next book I read was Twisted Pawn by L.J.Shen. If you've watched my previous month's wrap up, you know I loved Bad Bishop. Bad Bishop was everything. I still think about it. It was 5 stars, easy 5 stars. I loved that book so much. So obviously I knew while going into this book, I might not like it as much as Bad Bishop, because that's impossible, right? Like, you don't understand the kind of feeling I have for Bad Bishop. I really loved that book. So getting into this book, I was just like, I don't know, is it going to live up to Bad Bishop? Is it not? But my friend read it and she really loved it. So I was kind of excited about it too. 2. But I have to say, now that I finished it, it was not as good as Bad Bishop for me. I did end up giving this 4 stars, which again, not a bad book. It was a good one. I did have fun, but not as good as the masterpiece that was Bad Bishop, according to me. This book follows Tierney and Achilles. Tierney is Tiernan, who is the MMC in the first book, his twin sister, and they are part of the Irish mafia. And Achilles is from the Italian mafia, and he's the son of the current, like, what is it called? I don't even know. Don? Current head. So they are from rival mafia families, but they have kind of known each other from the time they were kids due to circumstances which I don't really want to explain because I feel like that might be a spoiler. But they have been enemies for the longest of time because of something that happened in their childhood. So now they kind of hate each other, and they have this very weird dynamic where they're always causing problems for the other and things like that. But now, in the beginning of this book, Tierney does something which warrants a very strict action against her, and the one who has to do it is Achilles. Like, his father tells him to do it. So it's like the first half of the book is kind of almost like a cat and mouse chase where they're just trying to like catch each other, and it's like a, if I catch you first, I will unalive you, and the other way around. So that's what happened in the first half. My problem with this book was that the first half was really like repetitive for me. It was the same thing over and over again, right? Like, it is a whole, I'm gonna catch you, no, I'm gonna catch you first, and like whatever. And it was not great. We do get to see past chapters though, like of their past, so we kind of get to see why they reached the situation that they are in currently, but it was just not that great for me. But after, I want to say, the 60% mark, not even 50, like 60% mark, the last 40% was so good. It was really good. It kind of changed my mind about the whole like first half of the book. It was really nice. Like, once they like get together, and oh my god, no, it was something else. It was so much fun. I loved it, and just because of that, I gave it 4 stars, because of the last 40%. Because till then, honestly, I was just like, okay, get on with it. I was at a point where I was just like, please, just somebody unalive the other person and be done with this, because that's how like repetitive it was getting for me. But it totally made up in the end. It was so worth it, and I actually had a great time. But again, not like Bad Bishop, because Bad Bishop from page 1, I just could not stop. I wanted more of them. I still want more of them. And you get so many like little dialogues and little scenes from Tiernan in this book, which I absolutely ate. That man is so funny. I love him so much. And the way he talks about Leela, even now, I cannot. I love him. I love them. So, and that was the most exciting parts for me in this book, if you can tell. But yeah, Achilles was nice too. I liked Tierney. I liked both of them. I just thought like I didn't really like the plot for the first half. But like I said, the last half was totally worth it. But again, this is just my opinion. My friend, on the other hand, loved this book. She loved both of them so much. So maybe you might like it. I, in general, so far think the series is really good. And if you don't want to read this one also, it's fine. Please just read Bad Bishop, because Bad Bishop is amazing. They are all dark romances, so please do check your trigger warnings. There are some really heavy topics and really like heavy things done in these books, so please do check your trigger warnings. But yeah, I'm actually really enjoying the series. I think the next one is going to be an MM, and I'm very excited about that because I really like the character so far. It's going to be Enzo's book, and I really like Enzo. He is so funny, so I can't wait to see how his book is going to be, and I think it's coming out later this year, if I'm not wrong. So I am very excited about that. You want to see the artwork? So pretty, right? It was a good book, guys. It was not a bad book. It just, I don't know, I just expected more, I think, because the first one was so good. And like I said, I didn't understand why they had to chase each other for half the book. Like, that was just too much for me. But otherwise, it was good. There is a sharing scene towards the end of this book. If you know, you know. But I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but I really did like it. That was really good. And then, to prepare for the TV show that was coming out, I read The Deal by Elle Kennedy. This was a reread for me. I did read this I feel like many years back. I don't even know when I read it. I had almost completely forgotten most of the story, so I did want to reread it before the show. And oh my god, I forgot how much I loved it. This book still held up for me. I gave it 5 stars. I enjoyed it so much. Garrett Graham, the man that you are. I cannot. I loved the story. It was so cute. I'm sure everybody knows about it by now or has seen the show. The show I'm referring to is Off Campus, obviously. But in case you don't, this follows Garrett and Hannah. It is a college hockey romance. Garrett is on the hockey team and Hannah is like the nerdy music composer, and Garrett ends up needing tutoring and Hannah is the one who tutors him, and things just go from there. We have fake dating in this, and it's just, I don't know, this book is so good. It's so addictive. I binged it in less than 24 hours. I could not stop reading it, and then I proceeded to watch the show, which was so good also. I could not stop watching it. I binge watched the 8 episodes of the show, and then I immediately proceeded to rewatch it because obviously why not? This was what I was doing during my holiday also. Like every night I would end up watching like one episode or at least half an episode because it was just so addictive. I still think about it. I think I'm gonna again start the show from the beginning because oh my god, they did such a good job and I love Garrett. The book was so good. I know they changed some stuff for the show, which I thought, like some of it I was not very happy with. But again, it's fine because it's just so good. The book for me was no notes, 5 stars. I loved every single aspect of it. I have only read The Deal though. I have not read the other books in the series, so I do want to do that like super soon. Now that we know the next season is going to be Ali and Dean, but I think their book is number 3. So I definitely do want to read their book before their season comes out. I actually just want to get back into the whole world, so I think I'm going to do it really soon. And like I said, these books are so addictive. I hope the rest of them also that I like read them in less than 24 hours. So I think I'm going to be doing that soon. But because I just want more. I want more out of all of them. I want to know Logan's story, and oh my god, I loved Logan so much in the book and in the show. He like yearns for her so much, and no, I really like the book. I really like the show, and if you haven't watched the show yet, please do watch it. If you haven't read the series, that's completely fine. Watch the show anyway because it is really worth it. Okay, then let's talk about the third book I read from my TBR. I started this also in my blog, but I finished it I think just like one day before the month ended, and that is Daddy Issues by Kate Goldbeck. Guys, I have to tell you, this book was a struggle. It was a struggle for me to finish it. I don't even know. I think I read only about like maybe 100 pages or so on the paperback. Then I had to shift to audiobook because it was just quite difficult. And then the audiobook was also not that great, if you ask me. I don't know, this book was a struggle. I ended up giving this 2 stars, and that I feel was me being a little generous, I want to say, because I wanted to DNF this book like multiple times, but I am not someone who actually DNFs unless I really hate it. So I did finish it. I also think maybe it is my fault because I didn't really know anything about this book. I did get this book because of the cover. I thought the cover was really cute, but sadly the book was not cute at all for me. This follows, I even forgot their names, Sam and Nick, I think. It is not dual POV, it's just her POV. Yeah, his name is Nick. So this follows Sam and Nick. Sam is at this point in her life where she is just struggling with everything because of COVID and everything. She was not able to like get a job when she graduated, and then she just proceeded to get stuck in this rut. So now she lives with her mom. She doesn't know what she's doing career wise. She works as a waitress for now, and she actually wants to work in like the art field. Like she likes drawing, she's very into comics, so we get a lot of scenes like told in a comic book perspective, which if that's something you like, I think that might be interesting for you. And Nick is the single dad next door neighbor who just moves in with his daughter, and he is older, so we have like age gap also in this. But I don't know what it is about this book, but it was just so boring. I went in with like, okay, this all sounds so good, right? Age gap, single dad, and like, I don't know, forced proximity because they're neighbors, and I actually really liked like the whole her aspect and where she is in life right now. I wanted to read more about that because it was something I could relate to a lot because she graduated just before COVID, which was again like along the lines of what happened to me. So I was really like interested in the beginning, but it just didn't go anywhere. I didn't like the chemistry between both of them. I just didn't even like the story. I don't know what was happening. I was just so bored. She annoyed me quite a lot. Like, I did not like her at all, and we only got to be in her head. So that was quite difficult for me. I didn't like any part of this. I don't want to sit here and like just go on about how much I hate something, because I feel like that's not very nice. That's just how I felt about this one, and you might like it. I don't know. This was my first book by this author. I know she wrote You Again, which is like a fall kind of book, and I know a lot of people like that, which is why I thought this might not be bad. And plus, like, seriously, the cover is so cute, but it just wasn't it for me. Honestly, if I didn't have the audiobook, I don't think I would have finished it. It was quite hard for me to finish. Even the ending, I just, at that point, I didn't even care. Like, I didn't care about them, and I don't know, it was just a struggle. It was just not good. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I gave this 2 stars. I did not like it. Okay, so the last book I read was Blue Norther by Tilly H. Colson. This is part of a new series. This is book 1. The series is called Silver Ridge Ranch series. It is a small town series. This is the first book I've read from this author. I did receive this book as an ARC. So thank you so much to House of Hearts for the ARC. I ate this book up. I loved it so much. 4.5 stars. This is a romantic suspense. I don't know if this author only writes romantic suspense. I haven't read anything else by her, but this is a romantic suspense. I do have to say though, for me, I don't know if it's because I read a lot of thrillers or if it's like just this book or what. I felt it was more of a romance than a romantic suspense, because the suspense aspect of it for me, like within the first few chapters, I kind of already knew what the suspense would be. Like, it was not very, like, there was no like plot twist, and there was no, how do you say, it was not like really difficult to guess. It was kind of just there. So I don't know about the suspense aspect of it, but the romance I really loved. I really loved the story. I loved everything about it. So this follows Colton and Violet. They were high school sweethearts almost. Like, they have always, like, I think they kind of grew up also together, and they have been dating since they were quite young, and then they got married also, like, I want to say pretty young. And that's when I think the issues kind of start, because they wanted to start a family, but they were having a lot of infertility issues, and that went on for some time. And what happens is Violet finally realizes that she cannot do this anymore, and she has her own reasons, and they end up getting a divorce. So that is kind of like the beginning of the story, and she moves away from this small town. So Colton still lives in that small town with his family and his siblings and everything. So she moves away, and many years later, now she comes back to this small town, but she comes back pregnant, and it just starts from there, and it's so good. I love this so much. So Colton like sees her pregnant, and obviously he's like shocked, but at the same time he's just so happy that she's back. Like, the way he loves her is just so beautiful, and the whole thing of, you know, how they went through so much together and they had to like take the break, but when they come back together, it's so much more beautiful. I loved their love story. I loved how much they loved each other and how much they are a part of each other's lives, and they have kind of grown up together. So I really liked seeing Violet's relationship with all of Colton's siblings and stuff. It was just so beautiful. The book was amazing. I loved seeing both of them together. I like literally ate this up. I don't know what else to say. If you guys are looking for a small town romance with a little bit of suspense, maybe you should give this a go, because I don't know, it was just so good. There are a lot of heavy topics discussed in this. There is trigger warnings in the beginning, so please go through that, because it does deal heavily with infertility and things like that. So do go through that before you start this book. But I think this was really nice. I really liked her writing style. I really liked both of them. I really liked the small town vibes, the family. I'm so curious about his brothers, and I'm guessing each one of his brothers will get a separate book, and I'm really excited about that. I do want to read more. I think this is going to be like my new small town series obsession. I'm so glad I received this as an ARC, because I don't know if I would have known about it or picked this up on my own. I'm also really glad I read this right after Daddy Issues, because if I didn't do that, I do feel like I would have gone into a reading slump, because yeah, Yeah, no. But I'm so glad I did, and I think the next one in the series is coming out really soon too, so I'm very excited about that. Yeah, like I said, it's just such a like feel good. At the same time, there were so many heavy topics. I did tear up quite a few times, but it was just such a good book. Such a good book, guys. Like, I highly recommend. Again, don't go into it thinking you're going to get a really good romantic suspense. I would say romance book with a very tiny suspense plot. Also, the whole plot of this thing, I don't know if I told you. So obviously she comes back and then she's pregnant after so many years, but why she moves back is because she has a stalker. Like, she was living in New York and she had a stalker, so she moves back home to be safe, like especially now that she's going to give birth to the kid and stuff. But her stalker continues to stalk her in the small town. Colton is like the town sheriff. He obviously wants to solve this and find out who is doing this to her. So that is the suspense aspect of the book. But yeah, I don't know. It was a really good book. I highly recommend. Okay, so that's it. Those are all the 7 books I read this month. I think I had a pretty average month because I feel like some books I really didn't like and some books I really liked. I think my highlights for this month were definitely Rites of the Starling. I loved that one. The Deal, but that was a reread, and probably Blue Norther. I really like that one too. But it was a good month, I guess. And now I'm ready to like start on my June TBR and like go through those books. I am currently reading something not in my TBR, but I'm really liking that also, so I'm excited to see where that goes. You will know what it is in my next month's wrap up. So yeah, that's it, I guess. I do want to know, what did you guys read in the month of May? Did you have any 5-star reads? If you did, please do drop them in the comments, because I'm always looking for book recs and I would love to read something new that I haven't heard of. And I don't know if our tastes match or something. Maybe like it would be cool to make friends that way, because I don't have too many friends who read like the same kind of books that I read. So yeah, do let me know in the comments below. And also, if you'd like, you can follow me on my Instagram and my book talk. I do post daily book content there, so I do constantly post about the books I'm currently reading, what I think about them and stuff like that. So if you do want to, please do follow me there and we can be friends. If you do like this video and if you do like all my videos, please do subscribe here so that you can be notified each time I post a new video. I do post videos on Friday here on YouTube. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye.